Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video, all in crypto here. And today we're going to be talking about stocks and, more importantly, the stocks that Micheal Burry owns. So this is going to be a look at Micheal Burry's portfolio. We'll try and get through as many as possible and actually have a look at the charts. So we'll call the stocks out and go and look at the charts. And it's very interesting for me as a crypto investor to look at what other individuals are doing in regards to positioning. Certainly somebody who is the caliber of Micheal Burry, who I don't think necessarily is the best investor in the world. Of course, who is Micheal Burry, first of all, is probably where I should start. He is the big short guy. He's the guy that called the 2008 financial crisis pretty perfectly and made a load of money on the back end of it. And he was very right at a time where the majority were wrong. And he will always be remembered as the big short and as the guy that got the 2008 financial crisis spot on. Since then, he's made a number of calls that haven't been right. He's made some calls that have been right, which I think is just the game of investing. Anybody that is a trader or an investor who is genuinely one, not just a troll on YouTube, will understand that actually investing and trading is a game of getting things wrong as well as right. And dealing with them is really, dealing with when you're wrong is really what separates, I believe, the good investors from the bad ones. But I thought this was interesting, certainly from somebody like myself who is into crypto and who has been long crypto since the start of the year and had kind of made an assessment that actually the trend that we were in was at an end. It's very interesting because a lot of altcoins look very similar to some of the stocks that Micheal Burry has and some of the smaller cap stocks. You know, we've been talking about some of them on the channel like Roku, which did exceptional since our sort of mentioning. Things like even Zoom we've mentioned, Robinhood. You've got a lot of stocks out there that are in these really interesting places that I think are actually set for upside. They're all potentially forming what I would call a stage one base. Some of them are already in stage two. Most are in stage one. Larger cap stocks, as we kind of said from the start of the year, have done exceptionally. Microsoft hit our target recently. But your smaller cap stocks are kind of where altcoins are at. And if we're to kind of correlate all of this together, you know, why are we doing this exercise? Well, we're doing it to take a look at a well-known trader and investor and the kind of CEO of Scion Asset Management's positions, and the fact that he's recently added a load of new stocks that all look very similar to the altcoin market. So he's suggesting more upsides coming. It kind of correlates with what we're looking at from a technical point of view with altcoins. And I thought this would be a rather interesting video to do. So without me rambling on and putting everyone to sleep for too much longer, let's dive into it. So this is Micheal Burry's 13F portfolio. This is from Scion Asset Management. And you can see the performance, you can see the holdings, you've got 21 coins, and we'll try and look at as many as possible, and here's performance ranking. So let's get into the first one, which is JD. Now, actually, this looks further behind than many of our altcoins, but you can see really what Micheal Burry is doing here. He's basically bidding up support, okay? And he's assessing. Now, we don't buy anything under the 30 weekly moving average typically. You know, we want to see that breakout. But he's essentially, I would say, assessing that you're going to have some sort of a base forming here that's going to lead into a stage two, and that this downtrend is now over. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bullish divergence on the RSI. Yes, there we go. Very similar to us making our calls on the S&P, which we absolutely killed, Bitcoin, which we killed. Things like Apple, again, Microsoft perfectly hit our target, so on and so forth. And these are targets we had way back here, by the way, where everyone was saying, no, you're wrong, 2008's here, well, blah, blah, blah. Well, we're looking at the very guy that called 2008 and his positions. And I think this is one of the real benefits to me as a channel, is we really are what we say we are. You know, I am an active investor. My money is always where my mouth is. And we are long and have been very right for the past 8 months. Whether we're eventually wrong, we'll see. But we've been kind of flexing on the bears, if you will. So let's look at the next one, which is Baba, which of course is Alibaba Group. Again, similar thing. What's he doing here? He's assessing that the downtrend is over. He's looking for a base that's formed. And he's waiting for that breakout. He's preempting the breakout. Now, I almost think a better strategy, because the thing is with preempting it, is you kind of want confirmation of it, right? But you've got a lovely support formed here and a base forming. And this moving average is flattening out, just like it tops out, and is potentially looking for the upside. This just looks perfectly like many of our altcoins, doesn't it? Chainlink's going to be a monster, by the way. So Bar looks good. JD looks good. Let's go for SIG, which I think is a jewelry one. Not familiar with this at all. Signature Jewelry Limited. This is already in a breakout. I wonder what he's up on this already. So he's up 10% on this. This is a new one that he's added. He's recently added a load of new shares, which suggests he's betting on the market going up. You can see here with Signature, bit of an interesting one, because this based out a lot sooner than many people would kind of suggest. We'll see. I don't really have a scope on this. This isn't something necessarily I'd buy, because I'd still be a little bit uncertain here. But look at this price move. You know, this is strength coming in. So he's obviously been very right on that. You've got Zoom, which is one that we've looked at. Zoom actually looks pretty good. It's not Zoom ability, by the way. ZM is what we want. Again, looks like an altcoin, doesn't it? What's he looking at here? Is there any yeah. Looks just like our altcoins. And this is why we're doing this video. Not only is it interesting to take a look at what Micheal Burry owns, is he just a support trader? I wonder. Now, whether you'd call that the base or more likely somewhere here the base, and you're waiting for that breakout into stage 2. You got your ebb and flows of market. So we actually like, minus SIG, all of Micheal Burry's stock so far. We didn't look at NYCB, which is New York CMNT Banco. I know he NYCB. I know he bought a load of banking stocks. Oof. That's a nasty little price action there. When did he buy this? Up 52%. Wow. You can also see that he's got PacWest in there as well, which is another sort of distressed banking stock that he's bid up. So he's been very right on that. People troll Micheal Burry. People troll everyone on Twitter. But it's usually people that are sort of like, you know, have no credentials at all behind an anonymous profile. That's the truth. So not really too sure on this one. That's not really my game, or SIG, but the others that we've looked at look good. Capital One Final Corp, so COF, not KOF, to confuse that with Coca-Cola. Yeah, again, he's seeing the same thing we're seeing in altcoins. Not really convincing volume on this. So this is maybe pre-breakout. Stage 1, this is upticking. Not bad either. Seeing the exact same thing we're seeing on altcoins. Let's take a look now at SBSW, which is Siboney Stillwater Limited. SBSW. Is that the right one? Yep. Not sure what he's seeing here. Maybe he knows something that we don't. This isn't something I'd buy. But again, it's at a low point. Not really seeing the support form in there. We've got Liberty Latin America. These are all new, by the way. So he's recently gone along a load of stocks. So LILAK. Not that bad. I'm unsure. I don't really have much of an angle on this. He would have analysed these. How long has this been downtrending for? So he's obviously coming in and picking up a load of distressed stocks right now. You're in a kind of broadening pattern. Potentially you're looking to the upside of. Maybe. I don't know. Depending on where you want to draw that. Not sure on here, but this does look like it wants to uptick. You just need some real momentum to come in. So we'll see. Unsure about that one, but he's buying distressed stocks across the board. You've then got the Cigna Group, so CI. These are all new. Let's take a look at this. We've got two Cigna groups here. Okay, he's definitely buying this one. How long ago did he buy this? Recently. Now, that's typical example of many stocks out there that have got hit particularly hard. Actually, this is almost a completely contradictory stock to the majority of the market. You know, this is recent price action. So maybe this just got sold off on bad news and he's bought a distressed stock up and he's expecting upside. You got sort of a V-shaped recovery here, which I personally don't like because I hate trading them because they're very hard to trade and can be very choppy. A little bit unsure about that one. You've got COHR, which is Coherent Corp. See how it. Give me, guys, my mic cut out then. Another distressed stock. Double bottom here. I like Micheal Burry's portfolio in terms of the stocks he's looking at. This is 16% down. Where did he get in at? Average buy at 34.98. So he's up on that, actually. Okay, you can see. He's obviously dropped some of these, but he's done very well on it. Wells Fargo. He likes the banks, doesn't he? We'll do Wells Fargo and Company. Bit of a shaky year, but again, what have you got here? You got bases forming. It's just waiting for that momentum to take them up, and then these run. I don't know. Banking's not my sector at all, so I really couldn't comment. No divergence on that at all. Western Alliance Bancorp, another banking stock. Oh, he's buying up distressed banks here. It's kind of like buying them up over here, I guess. And he's probably expecting a similar thing. You know, you've got historical support coming in. He's buying up fear, guys. What else have we got? We've got Cotera Energy, CTRA. Maybe this is an inflation play. He's expecting inflation to rise again. Which is interesting because we've actually been looking at oil and a number of things which look similar to this. Let's bring up oil quickly. You know, and we've been speculating on energy in the direction that this may go. And that you might see, you know, you're coming into winter, a number of other things. Let's go back to CTRA. So maybe he's got some sort of energy plays on the go there. Again, what have you got? Stage one. Not on the volume I'd like to see for a breakout, though. Maybe stage two. Geo Group Incorporated. He's up on most of these. He's just got some big losers. But then again, I guess that's the nature of buying up extremely small and distressed stocks. Again, altcoins. Historical. Well, you found your historical sort of low. And this is Wall Street cheat sheet psychology playing out. You're just waiting for that breakout now. Something like this, maybe a retest, and then you're off. And we've used actually Microsoft as our poster child for everyone for where we think stocks are going. Remember, we were long down here, ladies and gentlemen. We've been so right on all these calls, and we still expect stocks to go significantly higher. We're expecting a bull market, essentially, which is contradictory to what everyone's saying and has been saying. People are now on the side of the group, and you'll get the old perma-bear bulls who will claim victory after getting destroyed in 2022, which we weren't. You've got NOV. Not my game. There's too much there. You know, you probably have to be privy, although that would have been a good bid point. And obviously it's done well since. We've got DVN, which is that another energy play. Yeah, that's an energy play. These are all new, by the way. So he's obviously recently going in on these. We'll finish these off, guys, and then I'll love and leave you. Again, what have we got? Base forming. Beautiful base forming on this one. I'd want to be breaking there before you get any kind of conviction. But again, coming up, testing, wanting to break through. We've got Pac West, an interesting one. This will be another distressed bank stock that he's taking a bid on, taking a punt on. We'll see. Not my game, unfortunately. Can't really comment too much on that. FRCB, which stands for First Republic. Whoa, what are you doing, Burry? He's got smashed on these, by the way. So he's been in these for a long time. Yeah, he wrecked. Sorry, Burry, but you've been wrecked on these two. But he's actually looked to buy. Is this his average buy right here? 26. Oh, sugar. So he's bought down here, distressed, but they've gone a little bit lower. And then you've got Pac West, which he's got at 15. No. Yeah, 15. So he's bought this at 26. So he's bought this down here. And he's bought this here. These again could be things he's initially wrong on and then becomes very right on, like his Big Short. We've got Huntington Bank shares. Oh, is that H bar? H ban, I was going to say. Not my game either. But you could see, you know, you've almost got like a head and shoulders in here. Historical resistance. Divergence. You can see what he's doing, can't you? The real ink. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like Burry. I think he's going to do well. All the trolls on Twitter are going to be, you know, look at this. I'm looking at this at the first time, by the way, guys. I haven't looked at this previously. You got an elevated volume here on the break. People say, okay, well, it's not 2x the previous volume. You have to allow a little bit of nuance with volume, because it's so skewed nowadays in so many ways. So the real we like OVV, which is Ovintiv Inc. And just to actually back up on this, look at the divergence going on there, baby. Not my game. I wouldn't know what to do. You do have your divergence, though, showing. I don't know about this. Oh, it's not really back at recovery, but hey. If that's a big head and shoulders, he could be very right. Certainly you get that break on big volume and there's news involved in it. I'm going to come back to these charts for some reason and go, what the hell have I been doing? WWW, which is not the WE, by the way. Wolverine Worldwide. Wow, what the hell is that? Again, I wouldn't bid this because you can't. It's not safe enough for me, but he's going on these lows here. It's not safe enough for me at all. But again, big flush out, and he's basically betting on that. He'll have a number of things that he's looking at. SKYW. Hey. SKYW. SkyWest Incorporated. So these are all stocks he sold all his shares in. Again, it's interesting just looking at that and saying I wouldn't touch it. That he's actually sold 100%. He's done well on SKYW, so he's taken his profits on that. Rightfully so. Yeah, that's overbought. And stock market actually, we did call this pullback that you're recently getting. It's just an obvious place. The problem I've got is now everyone's going, oh, to pull back. Get ready to get wrecked, unfortunately. It's like the people that tried to short NVD NVIDIA. Well done. QRTEA. So these don't really count because they're no longer in his holdings anymore. So these are all out of his holdings, so I won't go through all of these. See, this is the problem I've got with some of, like we mentioned on the one that he sold 100% of. You know, you could have thought a base was forming here. This is why we look for confirmation of it before we get involved. And of course, you had historical significance there. This could sell off again. You know, you just don't know, and that may be why he decided to get out of it. Black Knight Incorporated is actually BKI, one that I've looked at recently, I think. Yeah, and we actually, if anyone is part of my Patreon, you will see that we did actually look at this as a potential stage 1 going into stage 2, and look at that jump. Same as Roku. A lot of the stocks that he's looked at look similar to ones that we've assessed. Roku did a lovely, lovely break. We've already got the resistance on there. You got your divs. Boom. You know, we're long the stock market, and we just thought it would be interesting to have a look at Micheal Burry's predictions. There you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Something different. It looks very much like altcoins, doesn't it? And we do assess that altcoins have got a great time ahead of them coming. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you. That was Micheal Burry's portfolio and my take on it. And I'll see you all in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next.